get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments can pay for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word, man? How everybody doing out there, man? Hope everybody having a great day, man. Start the week off, you know what I mean? Let's do it right, y'all. Let's do it by staying our ass out the way. That's what we doing this week, next week, and for all the rest of the weeks for the rest of our life, man. We not going nowhere, man. We not going into them crazy, sweaty, stinky jails for they can ship us off to the penitentiary and we can be away from our family, man. We not going to do that, man. We're going to make the right moves, the right decisions, and we're going to stay our ass out the way so we can stay out here. That's what we doing, man. So I need everybody to watch this channel, y'all. Pass the word, man. Tell everybody that we staying our ass out the way. That's what we doing, man. All the time. We not going to stop it, man. I'm going to keep preaching this until y'all get tired and tell me to shut up. That's my word. We staying out the way. That's the message. That's the key to life. That's everything, man. We have to stay out the way because if we put ourselves in situations, man, they're going to take us away from our families and they're going to put us in them prisons, man. And that's not a good thing. And that's not what I want for nobody that follows me and watch my videos, period. So that's what we doing over here. But keep turning me up. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Like, sharing, subscribing. We gonna keep going, y'all. I promise y'all that. We gonna keep going and turn it up until we can't go no more. Like, share, subscribe. Keep going, man. I appreciate that, man. Let's keep running it up. Let's go, man. We gonna run it up. We gonna run it up, man. But let's get down to business, y'all. Y'all know the count, man. Let's get down to business, man. I got one for y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Got Violated Twice. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy, man. But come walk with me on this one like we always do, man. We on Sussex 2 on this one right here, man. And this is the beginning of my Sussex 2. Like, getting to Sussex 2. Like, this was like some of the scariest stuff that I witnessed in the beginning as being like a 20-year-old young man thrown into prison, taken away from my family. Like, this was like one of the most craziest things that I witnessed. And this story, I definitely was going to tell this story because we have to be aware of situations. We have to be on point. God forbid if we put ourselves in situations where we have to go to prison, you have to be prepared for situations like this, man. So that's why I'm sharing this story. But like I said, we on Sussex 2 on this story. I said it's like 2002, the end of 2002, about to be 2003, maybe. But I know it was 2002, definitely. But we're in the pod, you know, if anybody listened to any of my old stories, especially from the beginning, if you go all the way down to where I first started, you'll run across the story where I said my first time at Sussex, when I first got there, the beginning, you know what I mean? And when we was there in the beginning, I used to tell y'all how they just, like, we didn't have no Empire Rec. When they brought us there, the DC inmates were still there. So the building I was in, you know, we didn't get no Empire Rec. All we got was showers, phone calls, you know what I mean? And we never went to the child hall. They used to bring out food, so we were just sitting in there waiting to get put permanently where we was going to be at on that compound. Now, they had already passed out a memo saying that soon, within the next couple of weeks, we were going to move to our assigned building, you know what I mean? So we didn't know if they was going to split everybody up that I came with, who I was in the pod with already, or they was just going to move us all as a whole. But as we in there, you know, they starting to bring dudes from everywhere now. Like, you know, I came probably about 20-some dudes, so we filled up kind of most of the top tier, but it was still a lot of cells empty in that pod they brought us in. And as time went on, as we was in there on lockdown for all those weeks, we just started seeing how new dudes was coming in. A whole lot of different new dudes was coming in, dudes from here, dudes from there. And, you know, you'll just be on your door just looking to see who's coming in because that's all you can do. Now, if somebody would know somebody that comes in, you will see them yelling from their door, you know what I mean, trying to talk to that person. So, boom, I can remember a time that I seen this tall brown skin, kind of dark brown skin dude come in the pod. You know what I mean? Now, when he came in the pod, he came in just like how we came in, had the same thing we was wearing. So off the top, I couldn't really tell if he was already, you know what I mean, down for a minute. But more than likely, from the look of him, he kind of looked like he did. And this dude kind of like, he had like a little strange, evil look to him, man. Like his face kind of like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Anybody that know this man, they would say that this guy kind of like, he favors, like, he looks like somebody that comes from hell. Like, he looks like a Satan soldier. Like, I can't explain it, man. His face is like, is long, and he had kind of like pointy ears. And like, you know, you really don't see that on a black man, but like, he just, you know what I mean? He just had looked crazy, like, kind of to me. Like, he was one of the first dudes that came in the pod. And when I seen him walk in, they put him in cell 2. So while I was there on the top tier, I could see his cell. And I saw when they brought him in, like how he was just playing with the police, and like his whole demeanor kind of like, he was another one of those dudes that I told y'all that kind of like, he felt like he liked jail. He liked prison. And that was weird seeing that. Like when I came in, I wasn't in a happy, smiley, laughy mood. No, sir. I was worried about this place they put me at. This guy looked like, yo, he was home. You know what I mean? So that threw me off when I first saw him. Then he looked crazy in the face. So I didn't know the dude at all. So the cell beside me was an older dude. You know what I mean? He was older than me. He was probably like in his late 20s. And he was from Norfolk. You know what I mean? And I didn't know him, and I didn't even know he was on Deep Metals with me when we got to Sussex too. But when we got on the bus, I saw him, and then as time we started conversating, they ended up putting us in the they put me in I forgot, I think I was in cell maybe 37, 38, and he was like in the cell next to us, whatever cell that was. So we can talk to each other on the vent, me and this guy from Norfolk. So boom. When they moved the guy in that's in cell 2, you know what I mean? He was on the door too. So when he seen the dude moving in, he looking, you know what I mean? And he come to the vent, he like, yo, T White. I'm like, yo, he like, yo, man. He was like, yo, I think dude from Norfolk. I'm like, for real, who the old head dude? He was like, he ain't really old. He was like, he in his late 30s probably, you know what I mean? He was like, but I think I know him. I'm like, I don't know him, you know what I mean? I was like, I don't know him, you know what I mean? He was like, look, man, that's Boo Boo. That's Boo Boo right there. I'm like, Boo Boo? He like, yeah. He was like, man, Boo Boo crazy as hell on the street. He was like, man. He was like, yo, man. He was like, that junk crazy for real. I don't even want to put it on the vent, man. He was like, man, for real, that dude, man, crazy, man. I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, man, look, that dude is crazy, man. So boom, he never really spoke no more on the dude no more like that until, you know what I mean, right when we was about to get ready to move. So boom, they came in there probably like, I'll say they came in there like 12 deep, and they told us we had a meeting, and they popped all the doors, and they told us, they were like, look, y'all, the top tier in this pod right here, in the bottom tier, y'all gonna be moving to 2 building, which is 2C pod. So when y'all move there, this is gonna be the rules. They gave us a rule sheet. You know what I mean? Basically like a handbook kind of like thing of everything we supposed to be doing. So we was on our way, y'all. You know what I mean? The next day, we packed us up. Everybody get packed up, and they moved all us. They walked us all the way down from 4 building to 2 building. So we started in 4 building. Now we in 2 building. So boom, when we get there, the sergeant coming in, introduce herself, who she was, how the building was gonna be ran. They know we knew this and that. All the DC inmates was already moving and getting transferred. So like the compound was opening up slowly but surely. So boom, we get in there, and now they give us Empire Rec. So now when we have Empire Rec, I see the dude moving around. Now everybody saw when they brought the dude in, this was another indication that I knew dude was kind of like a seasoned inmate. Like he'd been down for a little while already. I can tell how he look, how he wears clothes. Like he just looked like he was like up to no good. Not really like off top from his appearance, but like I don't know. I got a bad sign from this man. And he was from my town. And I still got a bad sign from this man. So boom, like I was saying, when he first moved in the pod, everybody noticed that when they brought his property, when they brought our property, we really didn't have a whole lot of stuff. We was still at receiving. Like a lot of dudes wasn't like experienced with I'ma stack up stuff, because no, dudes just came with a little bit what they had and that was gone. They had us locked down for like a month and a half, 2 months almost. We never really went to commissary and none of these things. So boom, the dude, when he got transferred into our pod, everybody saw they had to bring his stuff in on a cart. And that's how you move these days in time. Like when we started, after we started bidding, usually when you get moved, you have so much stuff, they'll put it in a cart. But this time around, when we came, our stuff wasn't in a cart. Our stuff was just in our hand. Everybody didn't have a lot of stuff, but this man had tons of stuff. He had tons of stuff. He had commissary. He had food. He had hygiene. He had everything, man. I'm talking about this man, and this was my first time. I ran into dudes later on in my bed that be dumb scrap, but this dude right here was loaded. He was loaded, y'all. I'm talking massive stuff. So people pimp that, and there's a lot of dudes that's in the pod that's hungry as hell. You know what I mean? A lot of dudes be hungry, like they already had us locked down for forever. We never went to commissary. We had to eat those trays. Now they trying to get us to go start going to commissary. They telling us what we need to do. They pass us out a commissary sheet, y'all, with a little bit of items. Not a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of bootleg, hygiene. It was just bad in the beginning. But this man had all the exclusive stuff. So boom, they letting us out now. So we starting to see dudes pull up on them, and dudes is pulling up on them, trying to store box. So at first, I didn't even know what a store box was. I just got to prison. I didn't know what was going on. And I damn sure wasn't borrowing nothing from nobody that look as crazy as this man. I don't care where you from. You know what I mean? When I first got there, it wasn't about where you from at first. You know what I mean? Now, I knew prison was geographical before my time. But coming in, it was like different when I come in. Now, if I would have came in into a prison that was already lit and there's Norfolk dudes, Richmond dudes, like that's different. But no, they brought us in different. They brought us in, locked us down, and then you had to get used to the people you came with. You got to talk to them. You know what I mean? So I eventually started getting cool with a lot of dudes from a lot of different cities. So like being geographical wasn't in my head. But as time went on Sussex, yeah, I did hang with all majority Norfolk. You know what I mean? But the dude, you know what I mean? I'm still not going to holler at him about nothing. He just like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Like my hair started standing up when I see him, man. Like he just had that slick game. And when I was in the jail, I used to see dudes used to tell me, you know what I mean? Dudes used to already put me on, like, look, you know, dudes don't accept nothing from nobody. I don't care who he is. If he ain't your nigga, don't accept nothing. You know what I mean? Dudes be expecting this back, and it can get ugly if you can't pay back, so don't do nothing. So I was already hip to, I'm not doing no borrowing. I'm not doing nothing. I know once I got situated and we was able to go to commissary, I could call my family and I'll be able to go to commissary. So it was about sacrificing being smart for me, because it's too many predators and it's too many maniacs, and it was too many crazy dudes running around prison. And as I'm just watching from the whole time we was in the other building to now we in this building, I'm seeing how this dude move. I'm seeing everybody go to him, borrowing stuff, and I'm just seeing like how friendly he is about it. Like he was just happy about it. Now, the word that got out, that dude was a maniac on the last compound. They said the compound that he was coming from was Augusta. You know what I mean? So he was on that compound I was telling y'all about, that was like dudes were saying that was crazy fruity. You know what I mean? Like I say, everybody up there wasn't fruity, but majority of everybody up there was shaking out. It was nuts. I'm telling y'all, this is the beginning of 2000 I'm talking about, man. So many people. But this was compound this dude came from. So boom, now that we out moving around, I'm talking to the old head from Norfolk. That would be the only dude I would talk to. And when I say, the reason why I call him an old head is because he was one of those dudes in his late 20s. This was his second time coming to prison. And the first time he got locked up, it was tension and diversion. He had a drug charge. This time around, he had a robbery charge. So he had like 12 years to do on this one. So they sent him to prison, but he was already somebody that was older, veteran. You know what I mean? So like he wasn't tripping on what was going on. But at the same time, me and him used to kick it. So one day me and him was just kicking it, and we see the dude walk by. And when the dude walked by, he's talking to somebody on the top tier. So me and the dude from Norfolk, we start like walking laps talking. in the pod. So as we're coming around walking laps, the dude Boo Boo from Norfolk, he's standing by the booth talking to somebody in the next pod, which is 2D. We're in 2C. He talking to somebody on 2D. You can stand by the booth, and the booth is see-through, and you can look straight through to the other pod, and the dude, somebody could be on the top tier, and you could be talking to him. So as I'm walking, as I look, I see that he's talking to a white homosexual dude. Now, I'm only pinning this because as we're walking laps, when we get to the booth part, I gotta look. So when I'm looking, I look, and I looked up, and I see it's a homosexual dude in 2D. Now, they're not letting us mingle with them yet. You know what I mean? When they was feeding child, they was feeding us. Make sure we get back, then they'll do the next pod, or we'll eat in the building still. Like, it still wasn't open yet, but it was giving us in-pod rec. So I see that dude is talking to the homosexual dude. You know what I mean? Now, it was a whole lot of young boys in our pod at this time, too. I was young, and it was probably 8 other dudes that were young. You know what I mean? Majority of all us are green. You know what I mean? Majority of all us are green. But I told y'all, predators, they don't like feasting and preying on people that they know the mission ain't gonna get completed. They rather prey on somebody where they know is weak. They know they vulnerable in this situation right here. They know they can take advantage in this situation right here. And it wouldn't be easy if they will get on their predator stuff. They don't like to deal with people that are trying to figure out their madness. You know what I mean? I was one of those people don't even, but they'll pick they wouldn't just pick random dudes that they feel like, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna pick someone that looks stupid, young, crazy. Like, they go after those type of people. So boom. As me and dude walking, we pinned the homosexual. We like, oh, you know what I mean? I was like, man, I knew it. I was like, he looked crazy, man. He just looked like dude was like, yo, look, man. He was like, I ain't even want to put the joint on the vent when we was in the other pod, man. I'm like, what? He was like, man, look, I used to live in the same neighborhood that Boo Boo used to live in. He was like, Boo Boo was wild as hell. You know what I mean? He was like, look, he said Boo Boo was already on the run for murder. You know what I mean? He said he was already on the run for murder in the 90s. You know what I mean? He said while he was on the run for murder, he used to live with this lady that stayed right by his aunt. He said while he was on the run, the lady had 3 kids. She had one that was I think she had one that was a teenager, one that was in middle school, and one that was 10. You know what I mean? So he was like, look, my dude was on the run. He was like, when they finally caught dude, he was like, the only reason they caught dude is because her peoples called the police to let the police know that he was at the lady crib. So he said when they told on him, he couldn't understand. But he said when the word came out that the dude Boo Boo, the predator that's in our pod, was molesting the 10-year-old, man, the lady's son that he was messing with while he was on the run, y'all. Crazy, man. So I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, man. He was like, man, that man, he said when they caught him, he said, man, that man had a murder charge, robbery charge, and a molestation charge. I'm like, that's crazy. See, I was like, dude, the child. He was like, man, dude, crazy, man. I'm like, yo, around this time now, when he's telling me this, I'm definitely not in hero mode. I be hearing some people saying, y'all let predators live with y'all. Y'all watch too many movies, man. I'm not attacking nobody for nothing if they don't disrespect me, man. I'm not gonna be like, he's a child molester now. Child molester couldn't live with me. He couldn't be in the cell with me, anything like that. But I told y'all, our state is different. Virginia state is different than a lot of states. We don't have that type of state where everybody comes together. No, it don't go down like that, man. It's not different people and shot callers. No, it's nothing like that going on. If a child molester comes in the pod, and whoever he's in the cell with finds out he's a child molester, he's going to get him out of there. Now, if he don't, then people going to look at him different. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's child molesters running around our prison. I told y'all that. They're child molesters. They're predators running around the prison. And sometimes you don't even know. You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes information like this. One thing about it, it's always somebody that knows somebody when you in prison. I'm telling you, it's hard to hide anything, you know what I mean? So boom, dude telling me to count that the dude Boo Boo was a predator on the land. So I'm like, dang, he was on the run. He was on the run violating the lady's son, man. He's like, yeah, bro. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I knew something was up with him. I knew something. So I would never talk to him. And come to find out, he knew the dude that I used to talk to from Norfolk, and I'm not gonna say the dude name who I used to talk to from Norfolk because that'll open up a can of worms and everybody will probably know what's going on. Now, forget Boo Boo, you know what I mean? He's a predator. So I'm exposing him. But as far as the dude I used to be around, the dude Boo Boo, he knew that the dude was from Norfolk. You know what I mean? He knew that the dude was from that neighborhood, and he knew that dude knew what happened back in the day. And it was crazy. So I'm like, damn, that's wild, bro. So now it's been like 11, 12 years now. It's been like 11, 12 years since this has happened. It's been like 11, 12 years. You know what I mean? But since dude been in the penitentiary, he has become somebody that likes homosexuals. The word got out that he likes young boys. You know what I mean? Now, like I say, he wasn't old, but he just was like somebody that, you know what I mean? Like he was a little bigger and taller, you know what I mean? But he just was somebody that was preying on young dudes. Now I start rewinding the tape, y'all, and I see that this predator, this is why he's been, only people I've been seeing him store box is a lot of the young boys. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, this dude crazy, man. Like, you know what I mean? This is what type of time he on. So I'm seeing now, I'm watching him more now, and I'm seeing that he knows how to handle the administration. He knows how to talk to the police. He knows how to do these things. You know what I mean? So he ended up getting a young boy moved in the cell with him. You know what I mean? They came around one day and was like, look, fill out this paper right here. If you want to move in the cell and get with somebody you're compatible with, we're going to do cell moves on this date right here. If you want to move, whoever you want to move with, put it on this paper right here, turn it in by this day, and we'll do it by this day. So everybody did it. Everybody did it. I remained packed with my roommate. I really didn't know a lot of people. I didn't want to move in the cell with the other dude from Norfolk. I just wasn't trusting no old heads at the time. I ain't even gonna lie. I was just on old heads point. Like, no, my roommate was young, my age. I was staying in room with him. Everybody was doing moves. Everybody was doing moves. The dude Boo Boo, he moved some young boy in the cell. You know what I mean? He moved some young boy in the cell. Young boy in the cell, man, for 3 days. For 3 days, we wake up one morning, young boy gone. Young boy gone. Everybody like, yo, what happened to such and such? Man, he went to the hole last night. Like, he went to the hole. Like, yeah, he checked in. Like, man, he went in the cell with the predator, the dude Boo Boo, and you know what I mean? I guess the dude was trying to mess with him, man. He didn't want to tell the police, so he just dipped. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow. I'm like, dude, so this is what he do. He come with so this was my first time. Like, I saw the commissary play years and years later. Like, I always saw that play. But that was my first time witnessing the bait move that dudes really say happen. Like putting the stuff on your bed to see if you take it, then you own, or just giving you stuff to see if you take it, then you own. Like, that was my first time witnessing like how booty bandits really get down. You know what I mean? Like, they will really trick you with items, you know what I mean? And then they'll entice you to move in the cell with them to have more items, and then they come in and make they strike. Then the predator moves on you. You know what I mean? So I'm like, this is wild, man. So I'm like, dude is like, you know, like watching it from afar, y'all. Imagine being 20 years old, watching this from afar. You know what I mean? Like, I'm green. I'm just coming in prison. Like, I knew I messed my life up, and I knew I was going to be put in a whole nother world. I knew I was going to have to deal with being in this whole nother world. But I never really thought about the booty bandit thing. Excuse me. I never really thought about the booty bandit stuff, y'all. Like, that didn't cross my mind. On movies, I seen dudes' job getting violated, but it's a movie. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, I just didn't know that the predator's job was on a finesse game to the ninth power when it came to stuff like that, man. And witnessing it for the first time early like this, I'm only 20, y'all. I'm like, damn, he trying to trick dude is crazy. I was like, yo, this is nuts. This is crazy, man. So boom. They moved like 3 dudes in our pod. They moved 3 dudes in our pod, y'all. 3 dudes just moved in our pod. I don't know none of these dudes. One of them looked like he was a little older than me. One of them looked like he was probably my age, and it was a white dude. They moved 3 dudes in the pod. They all went to their cell. When we come out for Empire Rep, I see one of the dudes on the phone White dudes moving around with the white dudes. Everybody's mingling what they supposed to do. The dude Boo Boo was just standing back by his cell. You know what I mean? With his foot on the wall, looking like a real predator. He's zooming in. He's zooming in, trying to find his prey. This is what he's doing. It's 3 new dudes in the pod. All of them are young. 1 white dude, 2 young black dudes. I'm like, and I'm looking at him like, and he's like, he's kind of, I can see the excitement in his brain. You know what I mean? Because right now he has no roommate. And it's 3 new dudes in the pod. And I can like just see the excitement in his sick mind. Like his mind is smiling. He's not smiling, but it's like his mind was smiling that 3 dudes just moving the pod. These people are sick, man. I'm telling y'all, like, this is who they have in prison. This is who you're going to have to see and deal with in prison. Now, they don't, like I say, they pick who they pick. You know what I mean? I wasn't somebody they picked. You know what I mean? If they would have picked, it would have been a hard play. They wouldn't have been able to do nothing. Like I say, they don't go after somebody that's a hard play. So I'm letting y'all know, stay your ass out the way. This is crazy. This is who you got to deal with. But I'm watching him just, I'm watching him zone out, scan the pod as a predator he is. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, this dude, wow. So boom, my old head, keep calling him my old head, my homeboy, he come grab me, boom, and we walking. He like, look, man. But I didn't even notice as I was coming out that he was already talking to one of the dudes. So he grabbed me, he like, yo, look. I'm like, what's up? He like, man. He was like, yo, life is so crazy, man. I was like, what? He was like, man, you ain't gonna believe this. I was like, what? He was like, look. He was like, look, man, say word. The dude I was just talking to, he was like, his name Lil J. You know what I mean? He was like, his name is Lil J. He said Lil J was the young boy that Boo Boo used to molest when he was living with his mama. He's the mess. He said, man, Boo Boo probably don't even recognize him. He said, that's the young boy. He's the mess with the young boy mama. I'm like, man, get out of here. I said, man, that's the dude he molested. He said, man, that's my word. He said, I didn't even want to, I don't know if I should tell him this dude. You know what I mean? He said, oh, I don't know what to do, bro. He was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, yo. I was like, man, say word. These people just put somebody that got molested by somebody on the street in the same pod by the predator that done it. You know what I mean? He was like, bro, that's Lil J, bro. He was like, I went and talked to him. I know his whole family. He was like, bro, I'm telling you, man. He was like, that's crazy, man. He was like, I don't know if I should tell him. And he mess around and get scared or like, you know what I mean? He was like, I don't think he can hurt dude. You know what I mean? He was like, man. And I'm looking at dude as he's saying this, where I'm looking at Lil J. At the time, I didn't grow taller or nothing like that, but I'm probably like 5'9" or something like that. Lil J was a little shorter than me. You know what I mean? He was a little bit shorter. He was a little shorter than me. He was a frail dude. He was light skinned. Not saying being light skinned is a problem, but you know, he was like, he just didn't look like a threat towards Boo Boo. So I felt what my bro was coming from. Like, should I tell him? Because if I tell him, you know what I mean, and he try to do something to Boo Boo, I can end up getting the dude Lil J hurt because he really can't take no harm to this man. So he like, damn, what should I do, bro? I'm like, yo, man, that's a wild dilemma, bro. I'm like, yo, man. I was like, that's crazy. He was like, man. I was like, bro, I don't know, bro. I was like, I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. And something happened. I was like, I don't know, bro. He was like, man, I'm going to think about it on lockdown, man. He was like, I'm going to go back and holler at him. So he went back and started hollering at the dude. He gave the dude some food. He gave Lil J some food, you know what I mean? Kicking it with him. He know him. He know Lil J. Now, Lil J is probably like my age or a little bit older at the most. I mean, he probably was my age or something like that. But this is like 12 years later from when, you know what I mean, when he was 10. You know what I mean? When the molestation was happening. So Lil J is probably in his early 20s like me. But he just looks like prison scares him slightly. Like he came in, he looked like he didn't have nobody. He didn't know nobody. Even being from Norfolk, he didn't know nobody. He lucky he knew the dude I be talking to. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm reading his body language and he just looks scared. Like he just looked scared, man. He just looked like he's nervous, scared. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to like make sure that I was thinking right. I was like, should I give bro some advice? Because the advice I wanted to give him was, damn right tell bro. Because if he is trying to get some get back, even if dude big, let him try to get some get back. That's the least he can do for the situation that happened, man. Like, that's the least he can do. So y'all gotta understand, like, that was nuts. I didn't know what to do, y'all. So boom, I didn't know what to do. I promise y'all I didn't know what to do. But we came out, boom. We came out. Next thing you know, when we come out, I see the dude, Lil J, he's talking to Boo Boo. They're standing all the way back by the corner. I can tell the way Boo Boo's talking to him, his arms, like he's explaining something. So I see my bro. I said, yo, what you told him? He was like, nah, I ain't tell him. I'm like, man, dude, remember? He was like, man, I don't know. He was like, I'm waiting for him to finish talking to him now. He was like, I don't know. I'm like, Lord, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. The Predator, like, I feel like the way he's doing time in prison now, you know what I mean? Dudes are so sick in the mind. He's probably thinking that stuff that he did, that horrible stuff that he did to that kid back then, which is a grown man now. He's probably thinking that probably turned him to you know what I mean, to be a homosexual. Like, sometimes that happens. Like, a lot of homosexuals are molested. Like, that happens, y'all. So, like, this man is so sick. I know this is only attention. Because how can you be talking to somebody you molested? You know what I mean? What kind of conversation is that? Like, you got to understand, like, you can die from behind. You can die for something like this, man. Like, this is serious. And to see him talking to somebody that was his predator back in the day on the street was crazy to me, y'all. So me and bro just waited it out. You know what I mean? I started thinking smart. I was like, you know what? I went to use the phone and I started watching it from using the phone because I didn't want the predator to think that we was in an alliance and I was with the dude from Norfolk and we was going to do something because, like I say, the dude Boo Boo, he was already a seasoned vet. It was already word in there that he had a knife. It was already word that he would use a knife. It was already word that he was a maniac. When you're a predator, you got to be a maniac. You're never going to find a predator that's not a maniac in prison. So I knew he was a maniac. So I said, let me go get on the phone because I don't want Boo Boo thinking that I'm a part of this stuff. It's bad enough that he's from Norfolk and I never said a word to him. I'm not with that action, man. I done heard about how people like you are and I'm not trying to talk to people like you, man. He wasn't my type of guy. So boom. Little time going on. Bro finally hollered at Lil J. I see him talking to Lil J. You know what I mean? He tried to call me over to T.Y. I'm like, yo, hold on. No. I don't want to be, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to be put with this situation. I'm not a protector. I'm not none of these things. I was somebody that was trying to complete my bid. That's it, man. I can't protect everybody. I got to protect my damn self. I'm going to protect somebody else. So, boom. I'm letting them handle that. Me and bro talk one-on-one. I don't really want to talk to Lil J because he threw me off by talking to somebody that was his predator back in the day. Now, I don't know how that conversation happened or why, but it threw me off. So, boom. He's like, yo, look. Bro was like, yo, look, man. He was like, yo, the dude, Boo Boo, remembered him. I was like, what? He was like, man, either somebody told Boo Boo that boy was up here or he remembered him. He said, because Jay told him that bro pulled up on him and apologized for the whole thing, y'all. He said he apologized. He was like, man, he told him he wasn't in the right mind. He told him when he was on the run, it was like he had demons in his head. You know what I mean? He was like, he's paying for it every day now by being incarcerated for 45 years. This man got 45 years for all those crimes. So he said he's paying for it by being incarcerated right now. He was like, he prayed for God to forgive him for doing these things, man. You know what I mean? Now, Lil J is in a situation, y'all, where he has nothing. He has nothing. They say, bro, mom was locked up. Lil J mom was locked up. He had really nobody else he can call to get money from. He had nothing except the stuff that he came in with. He came from jail to receiving to now to real prison with predators. Now, Lil J ended up catching 15 years for some robbery charges in Norfolk. So now he's in here with us now. He's not going nowhere for a while, just like me. I'm not going nowhere for a while. Not going anywhere for a while. Get a Snicker bar, because that's what it was for me and Lil J. And he was around my age. So I'm just listening as bro telling me to count. And I'm like, He like, yo, so like, he said, dude apologized. He said, dude was in the wrong right state mind. He prayed for God to forgive him. That was years ago. You know what I mean? Which it has been years ago. Like I said, I knew dude was down for a minute. So I'm like, damn. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy. So he was like, yo, like, you know what I mean? He was like, I can't tell nobody not to forgive somebody. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, dude, a predator though. I was like, dude is a predator. I was like, don't tell him, don't trust dude. You know what I mean? Tell him don't trust dude at all, man. You know what I mean? Lil J walked up. I was like, yo, I was like, look, man, I was like, yo, I don't know you, bro. You know what I mean? I was like, man, well, listen, man, be careful with dude. That's all I got for you, bro. And I walked away. You know what I mean? I was at a point in my bed where it was just scary like that in the beginning. So I couldn't trust nobody. As soon as we got to the building, I got into it over a TV with the Muslims. Now I'm witnessing stuff like this. You know what I mean? I'm witnessing stuff like this. And it was just like, I really couldn't trust nobody, period. So I'm like, damn, man, like, this is nuts, man. Now I look up, I see Lil J, you know what I mean? Lil J one night went to his cell, you know what I mean? He didn't go inside all the way, but he was in there. I'm watching him. He got the door. You see the predator, see Boo Boo come out, hand him a net bag. Lil J had soups, chips, sodas, you know what I mean? Everything. He had everything in his bag. I'm like, he gave him like a $30 bag. I'm like, damn. Lil J go to his cell. You see Lil J out that later on that next day cooking, making food. You know what I mean? Eating good. He come out eating honey buns. You know what I mean? He eating M&Ms, Snicker bars. You know what I mean? He done gave him the whole Booty Bandit package. I hate predators, y'all. It's crazy, man. But Jay was falling for it, man. And that's why, even with him being from my town, I was smart enough not to put myself in his business, man. Like, at the end of the day, man, like, anybody, like, dudes getting misconstrued. Oh, you supposed, because you from here, you supposed to do this. Oh, you supposed, no, you got the people you know from here. And then if you really rock with them like that, that's when I don't put myself in positions with dudes that I don't know. Even if you from my town, I'm not with all that. Ask anybody. I never was with that. So, like, I felt like I couldn't save Lil J. You know what I mean? He had plenty times to catch this man slipping and handle his business for molesting him back in the day. You know what I mean? He had plenty times. So I'm looking at it like this is a sign of weakness, because if this was me, I would have to go all out. Even at a young age, scared, everything. I would have had to go all out. So boom, he's feeding Lil J. They're back cool. One time, Lil J was on the phone. I seen Lil J put him on the phone. He laughing, Boo Boo laughing, talking to his peoples, and and like, it was like a family reunion that was weird as hell. It was a scary family reunion from a major scary predator that I witnessed for my first time in prison, man. And this was wild as hell to witness this, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, this was wild to witness. So boom, everything was going smooth with them. Everything was going good. Lil J, he back cool with the dude that touched him back in the day. You know what I mean? Boo Boo was having the time of his life, still moving around, and it's a known fact he messed with homosexuals. It's a known fact he just made the young boy check in probably about a month ago. You know what I mean? Lil J don't care about these stuff. He's green. See, if you come in too green, you're gonna get lost. I'm telling you. You come in, I was green, but you gotta learn, you gotta be a fast learner. You gotta be a fast learner. You gotta be like, okay, this is that. Boom, 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 boom. Put it in your brain, store it, and move better. That's what you gotta do in prison. That's what you gotta do in prison. I'm telling you, you can't be slow as hell, green as hell, and burnt as hell, because you're gonna get lost in the sauce. And you're gonna have dudes like Boo Boo that's waiting on y'all. You hear me? He gonna be waiting with all that damn commissary. He gonna be waiting on y'all. So Jay is just falling into his trap. Predators just threw a trap out there and he fell right into it. He apologized for molesting them. But he don't even know. Jay don't even know that this dude is a booty bandit. This is his title. He's a booty bandit. He takes booty. This is his title. Jay don't care. Lil J don't care. Lil J don't care. Lil J treat him like this is like his daddy, kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, he listening to him, you know what I mean? Doing this. I'm telling y'all, it was so weird to see. And I could tell a lot of other old heads that was from other places in our pod was watching this, like, because the word that got out, word gets out like this. Dude, what? Dude was on his case. He molested a young boy back in the day. Yeah, now the dude in the penitentiary. How ironic is that? How ironic is that? Man, so I'm watching it like everybody else watching it. Deep down inside, I know this is gonna go bad. I'm just like trying to see when. So boom, they come around another month with the move sheet jumps. Look, who wanna move? Put your name here, put your name there, put it in the joint, turn the paper in. We're gonna come do it on this day. I see Lil J and Boo Boo go up there. For some reason, Boo Boo was in the cell dolo for a month almost. They didn't move nobody in his cell. I told y'all, this man knew how to talk to the administration. He knew how to do. He was seasoned with the prison stuff, man. I'm telling you, he was seasoned with it, man. See him and Lil J go up there and get their paper. I look at the dude from the town. He looking at me. I look at him. He shook his head. I couldn't do nothing either. I'm like, I'm not telling, bro. I'm like, man, bro. And he knows that this dude is a booty bandit, but he's treating him like family for some reason. So if he want to go through this is on him. Long story short, they moved him in the cell together. He moved in the cell with the Predator. You see how slick the Predator was? Predator came with the I'm your stepdaddy role. I apologize role. God is in my life role. I don't do this no more. I got a bunch of food. Let's eat good. Let's do this. Man, he moved Lil J in there, man. Lil J is in the cell now. He got him alone at night. He got him, you know what I mean? Like, it was crazy, man. So like, I'll say they was in cell. They was in cell. I'm in cell 34 at the time. I'm in cell 34. Jay and Boo Boo are in cell 26. They in 26. So they're like, I'm in the corner, back corner, but they're down the tier from me. You know what I mean? So we in the cell. We hear somebody, no. I heard it. I was like, because it's early. Like, this wasn't a late night count. This was like, we coming back out at 6 o'clock. We waiting for that count to clear. But they counted, and then it was just quiet in the park. Everybody was just watching their TVs, chilling. And you hear somebody, no. Do y'all know how scary it is and how crazy it sounds to hear a grown man cry? Like, or hear a grown man, like, just, like, you know what's going on. Everybody knew what's going on. I promise you the pod was so quiet. Everybody listening like, man, that's my word. That went on for like 5 minutes. Then it stopped. The door popped. We come out. We see Big Boo Boo come out. Boo Boo came out like he usually do, looking like a predator. He walked around. We seen Lil J like he was about to come out. He looked at Lil J. Lil J went back in the room. The door's closed. He told the man with his mind that he couldn't come back out. That's my word. Lil J stayed in the room. He got him right where he want him now. That's my word. Lil J stayed in the room. Lil J standing, Lil J, like, they got, Susses got the see-through windows, you know what I mean? They got little windows on their doors. Lil J standing in the door. Me and bro standing like by the table. We can look up and see bro cell. It's my word. Dude was like, man, forget that. He went up there and hollered at him. I'm like, Lord. He went up there. He hollered at him. He's talking to him. You know what I mean? He come down and he like, yo, man. He was like, man, say word, man. That man got marks on his neck, man. I was like, what you mean, marks, scratches? He was like, no, like somebody had his neck. I'm like, what do you mean? He was like somebody was pushing his neck down. I was like, yo, get out of here. I was like, man, so you saying he violated him? He was like, man, he had to violate him, man. He was like, man, Lil J up there crying, man. He was like, man, I was like, man, I told him don't move in there, man. I was like, man, told it. Crazy, man. I'm like, this is nuts, man. The dude Boo Boo standing like this watching the dude talk to him. He watching him talk to him. He like, I see his face, he don't like it. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is crazy, man. He come down, start talking to me, Boo Boo watching us. I'm like, you see, they got me in this stuff, man. Man, this is my word, man. That junk went on for like 3 days, man. He was violating Lil J again. He violated him twice. How you gonna let somebody violate you on the street, violate you? Even though you was young on the street, you couldn't control that. But you can't let him do it again as an adult. Man, it's my word, man. It's my word, man. He violated Lil J so much. Lil J became a real homosexual, y'all. And it's sad, man. He became a real homosexual, man. I'll say as time went on in the pod, you know what I mean, which was probably like 2-3 months, you started seeing him getting more feminine and more feminine. And I can tell he was getting more feminine by the way he dressed. It's like he didn't want to do nothing about what was happening. You know what I mean? Dude, stop caring about the noise now because it's like you like being in there. Man, the man violated him twice, y'all. And turned him to a real homosexual, man. The Predator won on this one. The Predator didn't get beat up. The Predator didn't get stabbed. The Predator didn't get sent to the hole. None of these things. These two people lived in a cell together for probably like 3 months. All the way up until Lil J did a move in the child hall. That could have been a check-in move, but he got into it with the lady in the child hall, cursed her out, he bucked, they locked him up. Boo Boo was looking sick. Boo Boo was looking sick, y'all hear me? Boo Boo was looking sick, man. Bro went to the hole. Now he in a whole nother building. You know what I mean? But now he's extra like, he's Lil J is like, it's like he's, I wouldn't say he was all the way womanly like, but he was just, like I guess he just started liking what was being done to him. I'm gonna put it that way, man. And that was another first thing that I witnessed of someone being flipped, you know what I mean, to a guy, to being a homosexual. At my age, I started seeing it all the time later on, but the first time I saw that, all these lessons was just putting me on point, majorly on point. I couldn't do it no more, y'all. It was crazy, man. Boo Boo went to the hole. Boo Boo tried to chase Lil J to 4 building. Boo Boo get over the 4 building. They get in 4 building. He couldn't get in the pod. He was trying to get in the pod. Next thing you know, Boo Boo get into it with a dude from Richmond. They rumble. The dude from Richmond almost killed him. You know what I mean? Boo Boo went to the hole. Never seen him again, man. Never seen that Predator again. Never seen Lil J again. He never came to Lawrenceville. He ended up getting transferred from Sussex. But it was just, that was a wild situation I had to share with y'all, man. Like, and that's the end of the story. But the moral of the story is this. If you ever go to jail, if you ever go to prison, these are things that you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to deal with predators, excuse me. You're going to have to deal with these people. And these people are so slick, they're going to try every tactic that you never thought of. You're just going to have to be smart and have to be on point in your mind to not go for nothing. Because if you're weak and you go to prison, I'm telling y'all, and this is my word, if you're weak and you go to prison, they're going to try to prey on you, man. This is what predators do. They're going to try to prey on the weak. You can't be weak, man. So to avoid all this and to avoid of going to jail or prison and having to deal with these predators, just stay y'all ass out the way, man. That's all I ask, man. I don't want none of my viewers to have to endure any of these things that I'm telling y'all about, man. I know my stories sometimes are scary. And I have a few of these. I have a lot of these predator stories because they in there. I saw them, you know what I mean? But with my stories being this scary, man, I do them for a reason, man. I don't want to see y'all go to jail. I don't want to see y'all mess up and leave y'all peoples. I want to see y'all out here succeeding, doing all the things that you want to do in life. Because I told you, even if you're a homeless man out here and you have nothing, no car, no crib, no nothing, you are winning. You are winning, you hear me? You are winning, man. If you go to prison, you are losing. You are losing in there, man. You lose your family. You lose your integrity. You lose everything, man. You lose the people are telling you what to do. Like, people are telling you what to eat. People are telling you how to walk. I'm telling you, man, like, if you're not trying to go through these things, just stay out the way. That's all I ask of y'all, man. But I appreciate y'all watching, man. Appreciate that, man. Another predator story, y'all. It was crazy. He violated him twice. It was nuts, man. And I just wanted to give y'all that story. And like I said, I appreciate y'all for watching. Keep like, sharing, and subscribing to the kid, man. Let's keep going up. Can I go up, y'all? Let's go up. I want to go there. I want to go up like that. Let's go. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to go like that, man. And let's keep going, y'all. And don't forget, stay y'all ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out out the way. Chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way. Kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way. Mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way. Staying out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments can pay for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open